Welcome. I'm Kinetic Symphony. I hunt down and report on mysterious and weird true stories, from glitches to the paranormal. Case file number 17. Written by user WolfieBlue333. A simple night out spent camping with his girlfriend, relaxing by their bonfire at night. It somehow moved before their very eyes. So onto the story. It's kinda short and kinda weird. Some months ago, my girlfriend and I went camping in a new spot that one of my friends told me about. It was beautiful and very secluded, which I liked. A typical camping trip, just staying there one night. We did the standard routine, arrived there, unpacked our stuff, then went exploring. It was so beautiful, really have the alone in the heart of the forest kind of vibe. Now to the weird stuff. We were around the bonfire eating dinner, grilled steaks and some potatoes for sides. When we finished, we started talking about life, stuff, etc., both looking towards the fire, when all of a sudden the fire moved. What I can compare it to is the Animus glitch from the Assassin's Creed video game series, like it sort of moves from left to right in a matter of seconds. We both looked at each other and instantly locked our eyes. At the same time, we tell each other, "Did you see that?" It was super weird and left us with a very confusing feeling. We tried to rationalize it, but didn't find any logical explanation, so we brushed it off as the smoke or some sort of eye illusion. Notes: I've been camping and hiking since my earliest memories, and never have I experienced anything like this. My girlfriend and I saw it at the same time, so it wasn't something that I could have experienced alone. Can you guys give me any insight into this? What could have happened? Case notes. File number 17. When you say the bonfire glitched out, similar to the Animus effect in AC, did it look like a sort of redshift in its plane of existence? Also, did the bonfire return to its starting position after this event? Were there any disturbances noted around it if you checked? So I think we live in a simulation. Your experience is just contributing another token of evidence to my treasure trove. There are a lot of glitch types that could corroborate this too, such as time freezes, which I think points towards critical updates or patches of upcoming areas or timelines that just can't be postponed. I think we're playing immersive characters as part of this grand game. The author responded to my questions with, "Yes, it kinda shifted position. In a matter of seconds, it moved diagonally, upwards to the left, then it came back to its normal position, sort of a reset. And no disturbances. After the shock passed, we investigated the place and it looked totally normal. We only got left a weird confused feeling. I only remembered this story because I was playing AC Valhalla, and some mysteries are these Animus glitches, where you have to parkour around an obstacle course. But after seeing the movement of the environment, it reminded me so much of this experience. And yes, I agree with you. We live in a sort of accepted simulation that becomes our reality. A lot of these occurrences are like lifting the veil of reality." Continuing my thoughts. Not too much more to say here. It's a simple glitch, but I really do think it points to the simulation effect. It just fits in my mind. Case file number 18. Written by user dontsendmebuttpics. Hey, it's their username. Writes about a skateboard suddenly, with multiple witnesses, vanishing, only to reappear later in an inexplicable location. Here's what happened last night that I still can't explain. So I was learning how to skateboard with two friends. My friend and I were about to skate down my street on our boards, which is slightly downhill. Then a homeless man walked up to us. We chatted briefly and he asked if we had any money. I said I didn't have cash, but that my roommate made a bunch of homeless bags that I could run into my house and grab one for him really quickly. At this point, I had one foot on the board and one foot on the ground. There was a snowbank right next to me, so I know I would have wedged the skateboard into the snowbank so it wouldn't have rolled down the hill. I was right next to it. It was the obvious choice. I was right across from my house, so I ran in and grabbed the bags, which were right next to the front door. This whole thing took about 20 seconds. I come out, give the homeless man the bags, and immediately look down and say, "Where's my board?" My friends looked confused and said they don't know. They just saw me on it. The homeless man also said he didn't see it. We thought maybe he took it, but it was a whole and complete skateboard, and he used both hands to open the bags and look through them. Plus, he was standing in front of my friends the whole time, nowhere to hide it. Also, it was 1 a.m. and dead outside. The only other thing that happened was that a car passed while I was inside, so they thought that maybe someone grabbed it real quick from the car and stole it. Highly unlikely. We looked around for 20 minutes. We looked down the street in case it rolled off and no one noticed, and we were stumped. I asked them 1,000,000 times if they were screwing with me, and they sincerely promised they weren't, and were just as confused as me. It also was my friend's board, so he was concerned because it was expensive. I told them that it was probably a glitch in the Matrix, and that I wouldn't be surprised if it showed up today. Sure enough, my friend leaves this morning, calls me, and says, "I've closed the loop in the Matrix. I was walking to my car this morning up the road, and the skateboard was right next to the dumpster." The dumpster was a bit up the road, which is uphill, and we weren't anywhere near there during our conversation. I still have absolutely no idea how it got there, and without anybody noticing within 20 seconds of time. Case notes, file number 18. So let's examine the common solutions to this glitch. First, there's the obvious angle that your friends, or the homeless man, were distracted and missed the skateboard rolling down the street, having been somehow dislodged from the snowbank. This explanation doesn't work due to the skateboard appearing up the hill, against gravity. The second possibility. The homeless man managed to David Copperfield the skateboard right under your friend's noses and keep it concealed, only to later abandon it up the hill, and you stated that it was pricey, so this would make no sense at all. And third, your friends played a prank on you, although I don't really suspect this one either because they'd tell you to get your reaction. That's the whole point of pranking someone. So while this glitch does read as more ordinary, when you exhaust the logical explanations, it actually becomes quite extraordinary. Another example of material objects vanishing, though in your case, at least it came back to you. And that concludes our case files for the night. If you enjoyed the stories and my narration of them, then consider leaving a like and also subscribing. I upload Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 p.m. EST, with more case files all the time. I'll see you there.